All right, all right. Hey guys, Geminis, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be just a random storytelling on this one. Let's just let it free flow and see what we get. Okay, cards are popping, so we got 3 out immediately. Fire Guardian, ignite your passion. Excuse me, we have 4 out. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Lots of passion, lots of power here so far. We have Traitor, energy exchange to create abundance. And we have Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. Excuse me. Trust your talents in changing times. Okay, so all of this speaks of needing the fortitude to, you know how they say a tree that bends doesn't have to break. And that may be the case. We may have, I'm not going to say troubled times up ahead for our Gemini, but rather a time frame where if they can prepare themselves for a flexible frame of mind, it may be in their best interest because and there's a lot of like spiritual strength to support a character as they may need to be able to be more flexible. Um that sometimes if we have to be flexible, it's because we got to look at things through new perspectives. Sometimes it's because we're going to get a little steamrolled, but we can pop right back up. Um, and weather a storm really well. The fact that it says trust your talents in changing times, I feel like everyone has hidden gifts, you know, and the fox can sometimes be associated with things that are kind of like not really on the up and up necessarily. But when it comes to our talents and our gifts that are hidden within us, those are things that we call upon those strengths or those talents when opportunity arises or when we need to. And so, in the event that there will be um, situation maybe that will arise in Gemini's life where they're going to need to fall back on some kind of other talent that they possess, maybe something where they can now do a side hustle, or maybe they need to be able to call upon a skill set, and that's going to maybe even save the day just a little bit. This could be about needing to have more bargaining chips to negotiate with. This could be about the workplace, especially because this card that says traitor, this is, you know, not traitor, but trader, like somebody who trades, you know, for a living. In this case, it's like a vendor who's selling their different wares. But this could also talk about like sometimes when we need something, like, oh man, I'm the biggest horse trader there ever was. I love trading things, you know, things that I don't need for stuff other people don't need, and everybody walks away feeling like they're so thrilled. I've traded, you know, expensive bicycles and things like that for, you know, garden artwork and fountains that I really wanted. It's, you know, it can be really awesome to be able to sometimes barter and trade instead of using finances, that somebody might need to think about what else could I do as a swap or a barter system. And it might be that our Gemini possesses a talent or a skill that they haven't really contemplated. I mean, heck, this could be somebody saying, well, I mean, I could definitely whatever paint the entire inside of somebody's house in exchange for someone to, you know, a mechanic to put a new engine in my car. You know, well, yeah, I used to paint houses with my uncle or whatever it is. You know, this could be an example of somebody who is going to wind up utilizing a skill set that they possess that could be perfect for the scenario. We've got the 9 of Wands in the reverse. This is like there's an obstacle somewhere that our Gemini is going to have a creative solution to, is what this looks like. Melissa and Colt, so nice to see you both here again. I'm so honored, you guys. Thank you. I expect JoJo might pop up pretty soon too. I know JoJo's another one who loves to do the Geminis and Taurus kind of back to back. So I've been trying to do those stories back to back because I know there's a group of you that watch both, and so I try to watch my audience and see, all right, what is most convenient for everybody. We have the sun. I think that our Gemini probably has some kind of a blockage and they're going to get direction on this. In fact, they might even surprisingly get more jazzed because they do find a creative solution to it. You know, something like this, like what I said, if somebody's like, oh my God, I've got to have my car worked on, it's going to be so expensive. I don't have that kind of cash right now. Now, wait a minute. I heard through someone who heard through someone else that my mechanic needs X, Y, or Z done. They need a website. And I can build websites. Maybe I can barter this out. Holy smokes. I went from being like, oh, how am I going to get through this? I don't know what to do. There's no way I can possibly like work extra hours at work to get that much money together to fix my car. But what if I have this other solution? And now it's like, it's so joyful. It feels so good to have a breakthrough. And it also feels really good. Hey, Brian, it feels really good to have another alternative route to find a solution. So Gemini's going to have to be pretty creative, but sorry guys, but the payoff for the creativity is actually more satisfying. That's what this looks like. Queen of Cups, World card. This is starting to take a beautiful shape. This is something where everybody wins. This could be sometimes finding a creative solution requires us to work with others. When we work with others, you never know what kind of relationships can develop out of that, especially when everybody has the same intention, which is, I want to do right by you. You want to do right by me. We all want to find a happy solution. Well, that can be the beginning of something very important. Could this turn into a romance? It's very possible. It doesn't have to, but certainly there's a lot of good emotions here and the start of something new. Now, this looks like it's a trust building opportunity for two people who start out having some kind of moment of conflict. I don't think the conflict exists between them, but rather either the Gemini steps up and they help someone else solve a problem and they kind of act as somebody's hero. And it could be, we have a lot of divine masculine energy in the beginning of this story. And now it shifts over to divine feminine and it's very loving. This feels like somebody is going to be so appreciative of whatever Gemini is bringing to the table, what skills they're offering, what assistance they're offering. My baby is here. Hi, my love. This is a moment possibly where Gemini is going to be looked at as the hero by this person, and that's going to be really nice. It's almost like this person might have had their back up against a wall and not known, crap, what am I going to do? And then it turns out Gemini kind of comes in like a little angel. And remember, we started out with some angelic energy, right? We had the fire guardian, ignite your passions. I feel as if Gemini wants to always do, I feel like they kind of thrive actually under difficult circumstances. They are a problem solver. There's somebody who likes to find a way to step in and help others, but they also find creative ways to solve their own problems. But this feels like there's a little guardian angel that's kind of assisting in maybe two people who needed the support of another human being, and it turns out they're really able to support each other. I feel like Gemini's getting an awful lot of accolades. Someone's very grateful that the Gemini is there for them. Someone's very grateful that Gemini is such a great problem solver. With the King of Coins and the 10 of Wands, I gotta say, I don't know if this morphs into like a long-term connection where these two could actually wind up. This could be two people that end up married, or if this is a connection where two people end up working together. You notice that our King of Pentacles here, this could lead to some amazing job opportunities. And it's just something that begins with, how can I find a creative solution? Gemini, if they have a hidden set of skills that they're bringing to the forefront, it could very well be that that hidden set of skills becomes their real moneymaker. Like you hear stories like that a lot about people who've, they started out doing one kind of a career, like we'll use like Harrison Ford. Wasn't he like a carpenter on a film set? And then instead he ended up getting, cast. And that's kind of how he got his start and as a real actor, in Star Wars. It's like maybe Gemini has a 9 to 5 job, but then they do this little side hustle thing where they barter out some hidden talents and skills that they have. They meet somebody, could turn into a romance, but it could also turn into, I should really start doing this and charging for it. Like I do this for a living. And pretty soon that's a really good path to take. It could lead to greater success in life, lowering all kinds of problems. Or maybe it's that these two together are stronger together. Sometimes conflict brings the best situations afterwards, because it brings people together to try to solve problems and solve conflict. And bonds are built sometimes. Bonds of trust are built when people are connecting at like a difficult moment in life. You know, two people have a lot of respect for each other, obviously, here because they're coming out as a king and a queen. But to have that world card also, this just looks so positive. It looks so strong. It looks so like this is an unexpected new beginning, a new way for two people to connect. Will you wait just a couple more minutes, my love? Just a couple more minutes, okay? Just be patient. Aries lays down. I'll be right there. We have an 8 of Pentacles, we have an 8 of Swords, and we have an 8 of Wands. Triple eights? Holy smokes. This is like this really couldn't come up better. I mean, unless it was like triple sevens. I don't think I've ever had triple eights pop before. This is so, we're getting so close to full on completion. This is such a wonderful breakthrough of something that has been, I almost feel like these two people, Gemini and whomever this other character is, I feel like Gemini is coming across, by the way, as the king of coins, the person who has solutions that could eventually turn into a wonderful resource of like a secondary source of income. But I feel like they're dealing with a queen of cups. Doesn't matter what genders we're talking about, but those two could wind up finding themselves in a relationship as well that's built off of trust first. But what's so interesting is this has been the way in which they meet each other seems as if there has been stuck and stagnant energy. Like two people were like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do. How am I going to get through this stuck energy? And they both have been trying to solve it on their own. And the magical like elixir that needed to be blended in is these two needed their energy to come together. They needed to communicate. They needed to meet each other. And that's where the solution comes from. So this was like always, we were on the cusp of them finding the right answer. But the truth is, each one of them provided the other piece, like the missing piece of the puzzle. It's really sweet and really nice, different energy in this storytelling because it's one of, yeah, conflict, but how none of us are an island. When we have conflict and we have problems, sometimes the best thing to do is to reach out to another human being. Shh, wait, come here, my love. Um, I think I have to wrap this one up. I'm so sorry, Geminis. My baby desperately needs me at the moment, and take care. Lots of love. Bye, you guys. Aries, you must hush, my love. Just wait for mommy. Wait.